Hello, my name is Christopher Pike. I'm a real estate litigation attorney here at Baker Law Group. My practice is focused primarily in Colorado at this point, but I've been a practicing attorney for almost 19 years, and in that time, I've become licensed in California and Utah, in addition to Colorado. My practice is focused on real estate litigation, and under that umbrella term, I handle partition cases, eviction cases, quiet title matters, foreclosures. In addition to that, I also have a background in commercial litigation, helping business owners resolve disputes with co owners of businesses and also working out arrangements with their clients when disputes arise. I decided to become an attorney because I wanted to join a profession where I would be challenged on a daily basis, where I could work with a wide array of people, and most importantly, where I could use my training to help people find resolution to problems that they found difficult or unsolvable. Clients who work with me can expect to have an open and direct line of communication so that I, as the attorney, understand the case from their perspective, their desired outcomes, what is important to them, and anything else that they want to tell me so that I can fashion an appropriate legal defense or put together a plaintiff's case in the most efficient way possible so that I can use the legal tools that I have and the training that I have to represent their best interests in the most efficient way possible. Sometimes we have to have frank conversations in order to make sure that we all are on the same page and that we have a common understanding of what is actually happening in the case. And usually, what that means is that I have to explain complex legal theories or concepts or legal procedures and timelines that may not be uh, common sense based. And so I think one of the most important things that an attorney can do is find a way to communicate with their client, not just so that they're giving them information, but so that the client can understand that information, its legal importance, and why the attorney is focused on it. And so sometimes that takes a little while, but the attorney really has to have a commitment to establishing and maintaining good communication with their client. And that's what I always try to do. And I'm always open to feedback from my clients. And I'm pretty flexible when it comes to that. Sometimes people really want a lot of in depth explanation, and I'm happy to give that. Sometimes people have been through the legal ringer many times and they say, "Hey, Chris, you don't have to explain all of this to me. I understand it." In which case, I'm happy to do that, but I always do maintain and ensure that the client knows what's going on, understands and appreciates what's going on, and that helps me in my role as an attorney to achieve the best outcome possible for each of my clients. My advice to someone facing a legal issue is to really act quickly, to make sure that you do everything that you need to do to preserve all of your rights and legal defenses. And the first thing that you can do is start talking to attorneys pretty quickly. You want to speak with more than one attorney and interview them. They will always want to interview you and understand your case and whether they want to take it or not. But a lot of people don't realize it's equally as important that you want to interview the attorney and make sure that you're comfortable working with them because you are creating a fairly long-term relationship where you are going to have to maybe have some uncomfortable conversations. You were going to have a good rapport with your attorney, and you're going to have to feel comfortable asking them questions and maybe asking them to explain things in a way that you can make sure that you understand what's going on. Um, I wouldn't recommend just hiring an attorney and thinking that that's the end of your legal problem. That's the beginning of a working relationship. And so, as with any working relationship, you want to have a good feel for the person you're working with. You want to make sure that you're comfortable that they have the background and the acumen and the ability to represent you in the legal process. You want to make sure that they have the time to devote to you and that they prioritize your legal issue. They're going to have a full plate, and so you may not always get somebody to pick up the phone, but you deserve to have emails and phone calls answered uh, as soon as possible, and you have a right, and you should insist that the lawyer take the time to make sure that you understand what's going on in your case, answering any questions that you might have, and making sure that you are in control of the outcome that you're working towards in the case, because ultimately it's the client's decision. The attorney can help you figure out what your best outcome might be, but in terms of what is in the client's best interest, it's never up to the attorney to tell the client what that is, unless and until the client really has an open and frank conversation with their attorney, so that the attorney knows. There's no one size fits all, and so you need to feel comfortable that you're working with somebody who takes that approach.